today.
Who?
Steve Krebs.
Thank you.
So, you know, the one thing that makes me so confused is how I never knew you. Like, I only recently met you, and it's like so weird. Like, I don't understand why.
I don't know either. You know, it's...
We've both been like, you know, around the block a little.
Well, yeah, well, you know, I'm only 22, though.
Oh,
so,
that's my number.
I mean,
That's what my kids
yeah.
always make fun. They say I'm 22. But today is June 26th, and believe it or not, it's the last Wednesday of June.
Went fast.
June flew, right? It did. It really flew by. And today is National Chocolate Pudding Day.
Chocolate.
So we do have chocolate pudding for our guests today when they share a skeleton with us.
Chocolate.
Do you want the first one? Do you have a skeleton in your closet these days? A new one? I know you've been falling off of stages lately. I've heard it. I saw it on Facebook.
But that's not a skeleton.
Yeah, that's kind of in the open, right?
There's some things I can talk about, but I don't want to get banned from certain bars that I like to hang out at.
Oh.
All right, let's just say I was in a certain Lower East Side club. I was in the loo, and I had a bird in there with me.
Oh.
Believe it at that, for you English people who know what's going on.
God, you remember those days? You still have them. God, I want to be you when I grow up.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm sure it was. Tweet. Actor Brandon Cruz, remember him? Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
It's Eddie.
Eddie's father.
He got married on this day to
He was
someone
my best friend.
Yes, exactly. Do you know that Harry Nilsson wrote that song?
No.
I saw the Harry Nilsson movie the other night.
He never performed live either, I heard.
He wrote that song.
But Harry Nilsson never performed live.
Only taped.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, I just learned so much about him. I retained very
biggest
little.
hit he
but
didn't write was the
right.
Midnight Cowboy
Yeah, he
song.
did not
didn't
write that.
Fred
Yeah.
Neil.
Yep.
So go figure.
But Brandon Cruz got married on this day to someone named Elizabeth Finkelstein, and I always wonder if
Liz,
these people.
I remember Liz.
You do? Oh, I always wonder if they're still married. You know, this is the last night that Late Night with David Letterman aired on NBC. I actually saw him at Rockefeller Center. I went to a show, and I watch him pretty much all the time.
You already guessed?
Not yet. I'm still working on it because I don't want to. I have a secret that I don't want to share because someone might steal it of what I want to do on David Letterman. Actually, it's
stupid root trip.
my kids know because they're involved. Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett got married.
I remember that
day.
Lyle with the hair.
And you know what happened to that wedding.
Yes.
That didn't last.
He's actually a pretty good actor. He was in that movie, The Player.
Oh, I love that movie.
He plays a cop in that with Whoopi Goldberg.
That was a really good movie. It made me learn what the word player means. That movie. I just have to say congratulations to California today. Same-sex marriage. You're allowed to get married.
Supreme Court got one right.
Yeah, finally. I mean, come on. If you want to get married, why would somebody stop somebody?
First of all, why would anyone want to get married? But that's another story.
Marriage is a strange.
Everybody should be able to be as miserable as everyone else. So what the hell?
Exactly. And today is the day that New York City's Metropolitan Transportation Authority votes to ban cigarette ads on January 1st,
You know who
1993.
you know who started his career as the Marlboro Man?
So,
Tom Selleck.
that was him?
Well, he was one of them. He was one of the ones on the posters, you know.
I remember the
He was
Marlboro.
also in the movie Myra Breckenridge.
Wow. Was he a little kid?
No, he was like one of the ones that Mae West called in when she's calling all these.
Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck, yes.
Wow. Donnie Wahlberg, new kid on the block, was released from the hospital after he fell. He's just like you on this day.
Well, I don't dance quite as much as he does on stage with new kids, but...
Yeah. And Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson married for the second time around. Now, I don't think they're still married.
No, she's married to
someone else.
young Spanish guy.
Oh!
Tadeo Banderas.
Yes. Are they still married?
I believe so. I think they have some kids too.
Yeah, they do.
And
wow.
Don Johnson is...
So she married Don a couple times.
What? What's he doing now?
I don't know. He's probably wearing white pants somewhere, looking groovy.
A blue shirt.
Yeah.
Pink suit jacket.
He's cool. Barbara Streisand records "Here We Are at Last," which that's a good movie too. Did you ever see that movie? Marie Osmond married Steve Craig on this day.
He was a football player, I think, right?
So are they still married?
No way.
Oh, really? For Your Eyes Only premiered in the U.S.
For
on
Your Eyes
this
Only,
day.
darling.
Yep. Rocker Nigel Olsson runs a stop sign and crashes and kills a driver. Do you remember that?
I don't know who Nigel Olsen is.
I tried to figure out who he was because I don't know if he's the Hanoi Rocks guy. I thought that happened a little later. You remember that
Yes.
horrible thing? I know. It's like, but shit happens, man. Elvis Presley sings in Indianapolis for the last performance of his career on this day.
Yes, and he was supposed to play Nassau Coliseum.
Right after?
Right.
Oh,
A friend of mine had tickets for it. And
wow. Cher divorces Sonny on this day.
4 hours later, she married
Greg
Allman.
And then got that like annolled. I don't think that lasted
That didn't
more
last
than
a while. That was a weird combo.
But they made Elijah Blue. That they did.
Made
So
Elijah Blue who?
They hit their baby. Yeah. Well, he's on. And Liz Taylor's 5th divorce to Richard Burton. She married him twice, I think, too.
Yeah, was that his second divorce from him?
If it
Or
was the
that-
5th divorce, she was married 8 times. So
Her first true love died in a plane crash.
Oh, Liz Taylor, I love
Was that the
her.
Hilton? Wasn't she married to one of the Hiltons?
Probably. I mean, why not?
Nikki Hilton, maybe?
Why not, right? London
Lovely.
production of Grease premieres on this day. That's kind of funny. Man of La Mancha closes at Washington Square Theater after 2,329 performances. Now that's a success.
Tilting at windmills.
Yeah, that's amazing. The Beatles release A Hard Day's Night on this day.
1964.
Yeah. And
What was Michael on?
and Nelson Mandela, I hear he's not
He's in
feeling
bad
too
shape,
well.
yes.
So mwah to you, Nelson Mandela. But on this day, he and 51 others infringed South Africa curfew. Wow. You know, could you imagine New York City with a curfew? I know, right? If it happened,
No.
it could happen. They did
Well, maybe
it.
after Russia takes us over,
I
when Putin
feel,
comes over here
I
and
feel
takes
like
over.
they tried doing it during Irene and Sandy. Like, do you remember that night of Irene? They wanted everyone in at midnight, and they didn't. And it was just, I felt like that was like a test. Like, I almost felt it had nothing to do with the hurricane, but it was New York trying to see if they could do it. And they used the hurricane as an excuse to see if we could do it.
Maybe they'll turn New York into a prison, like Escape from New York.
Oh, I hope not. I don't know where I'd go. Fred Allen's last radio show, his guest was Jack Benny. Wow. Ziegfeld Follies opens on Broadway on this day.
1924?
Yeah. My grandmother was in vaudeville, not Ziegfeld. New York Daily News begins publishing on this day.
1919.
Yeah, check
2
this.
cents.
What do you think of this one? First movie theater in U.S. opens, charging 10 cents for admission.
1896.
Yeah, that
Wow.
10 cents must have been a lot of money. Do you think?
Is Jack Nicholson in that movie?
The first section of Atlantic City Boardwalk opens and now they're reopening this year, right?
Yes.
Do you remember President John Tyler?
Yes, he was the first president to ascend after the first president died in office, William Henry Harrison.
Wow.
Did not have a vice president either, because they didn't know how to get another vice president, because it was the first time it happened. And he was a bachelor until...
Yes, he got married in New York City to Julia Gardner on this day. Wow, I can't believe you knew that. You're smart. Today's the day that the toothbrush was invented. Hallelujah for that. In 1498.
People used their fingers before that.
I don't know. Well,
Well, when was the toothpaste invented, though?
that's true. That's true. The Duke of Gloucester appoints himself the king, and that was Richard III. He made himself king
The humpback
on
guy.
this day.
They found his bones recently.
Right, yes,
on
they
the ground.
did. That's right. The Pied Piper lures 130 children of Hamlin Way. It actually happened.
Yes.
In 1284. Birthdays on this day. Derek Jeter. You know, on my way here, I saw someone wearing.
Go Yankees!
I saw someone wearing a Jeter shirt. Like I guess that's probably why she was wearing
Yes.
it. Chris O'Donnell's birthday is today.
Yeah, played Robin, ruined that.
Patty Smythe. Yes.
She's
Patty
still married
Smythe.
to Richard Hell?
I don't know. But
No, she's married to Patrick McEnroe now, I think. Right?
Oh, God, she gets good husbands, man, Patty Smythe.
No comment.
You don't think so? Wow. Well,
Maybe
she
Richard
is
Hell.
from Scandal.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
she's a bit scandalous.
Goodbye to you.
Yes.
It was a big hit.
That was it. Chris Isaac's birthday is today.
He's cool. I like
see
him.
that model who was in the video. All over. She's Helena Christensen.
Oh, yes.
Her kids went to the same school as my kids, so I used to see her all the time. I see she's in this neighborhood a lot. Pamela Bellwood. I only remember her because I loved Dynasty. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, who was she?
She was
Dynasty?
Claudia.
Oh.
Claudia was like the sweet, nice one. I think
There was
she
a
fell
sweet,
in love
nice
with,
one in Dynasty?
Yeah, she was
I remember,
like Stephen Carrington. I think they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and even though he came to New York and lived on Perry Street and turned gay. Do you,
Oh, yes. I remember the two
always
top
think
ones,
of Perry
Linda
Street.
Evans and
Yeah,
Collins
John-
fighting in the fountain.
That's a famous part. Yeah.
And Rock Hudson was on that later, you know.
Yes, but she was Claudia. She
I
was
don't
the
remember
sweet
her.
one. Larry Taylor, born in Brooklyn.
Candy bass
Yeah, yeah.
Broke a bass string on stage one time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a
That's
rare
incredible.
act. Yeah.
He also played with John Mayall and tons of other people.
Wow.
Great
Well,
bass
it's his
player.
birthday today, and Peter Lorre's birthday is today. From he was friends with the Kennedys and all that.
Casablanca.
His name always comes up, Peter Lorre. I'm pretty sure.
Rick, help me, Rick.
Wait, what's the famous line? Play it again, Sam.
Which
And he
he
never
never
said
says it,
it,
never
right?
says it,
Just
no.
says play it.
He said
Sam.
you played it for her, play it for me.
Right. Angels in the room, people who passed away on this day. This was sad. Veronica Guerin, born in Ireland, nicknamed Ronnie, a journalist, crime reporter, used pseudonyms, street names, exposing underworld figures in the Sunday Independent newspaper, helped found Criminal Assets Bureau, received death threats, murdered by drug dealers, and died at 36. I had to make her an angel.
Yes.
Go, Veronica. Catherine Leno, the mother of Jay Leno.
She's got a chin that comes out
She
there.
passed away. She's an angel in our room today. Geert Vissers, the Dutch TV host of the Gay Dating Game. How appropriate!
Yes.
You're an angel on the day that California it passed that they can get
Supreme Court
married.
said it's okay.
Yeah, and who else? Carmen Coppola,
Yeah, he did a lot of the music in his
Godfather
brothers.
2.
I guess it's his brother.
Yeah, probably. And
Fritz Schmidt.
this was for you.
Yeah.
The Nazi commissioner in Holland committed
Well, no, that's for one of your
suicide
guests from a few shows
on
back.
this day, and God bless him, and he's an angel,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know what to say. So, you ready for Chocolate Pudding Day?
I already had some.
I
I'll probably
know.
eat some more.
Well,
I'll lap it up.
We'll see what happens. We'll be
Yes.
back in a minute on this day.
Don't touch that dial.
Sayonara, June.
Then you used me, then you